Everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to speak about how various chakras get activated on the twin flame journey for both the twin flames. So, the sequence in which the chakras get activated for the feminine and they get activated for the masculine are completely opposite. So, with the information I share, my intention is that you understand where your journey is, what chakras need to be healed for you, and accordingly you can also try to figure out the journey, the progress of your divine masculine, and understand his challenges from a deeper point of view with more compassion and empathy towards his journey, as well as a more like a deeper understanding towards your own journey and your own blockages. So with regards to the chakra system, there are seven main chakras. Otherwise, there are 114 chakras in the human body. But what is of the greatest significance are these seven main chakras. All right. So now each of these seven main chakras will represent some kind of a potency, a power, an energy center which basically ascertains your experience of life, on a certain level. So with regards to this, you can look up information on each of these seven chakras in greater detail and understand. Now the thing is that if you realize that, let us say you are reading up on root chakra and trying to understand, okay, this is what the root chakra does. Now you can try to see where you are blocked on these aspects of the root chakra. For instance, root chakra has to do with your connection to the earth. How well do you feel with regards to your stay here on the earth? Your security with regards to your safety. Do you feel safe going alone, traveling alone, or being alone? Are you okay with it? Do you feel like you're protected and safe in earth? Also, to some extent, your financial security, for sure. Are you financially in a place in your mind where you don't think that you have less? All right. So these are just some of the main things, your connection with your body, the health that you have, the connection around your back, if you have back problems, if you have leg issues. So all of those are connected to the root chakra. So it is located at the base of the spine. Essentially in yoga, it is said that it is located at the place of, just exactly where the anal muscles are present. So exactly like a few inches above that, but locationally you can just use that wherever, your spine ends, like right there, at the base of your spine. So essentially, this is associated with the color red. And when you try to go over the root chakra and you see the various characteristics and you try to understand, okay, maybe I'm blocked here. Now, these are the blockages you can start to work on. How do you work on them? You can definitely look at some inner child healing work, because if you have had some kind of a trapped emotion in your body that has 100% obstructed your energy center, so that kind of a blockage will show up in a blocked root chakra as well. All right. And similarly, there are lots of other meditations, and I will be making a video on balancing your chakras and sharing a guided meditation on how you can do that very, very effectively. So this is a powerful way to align your healing journey, your twin flame journey, and with the chakra systems, and to 100% ensure that your blockages are cleansed and cleared, and you can come into union with your twin flame when all your chakras are active and are balanced. So what essentially happens for these chakras also is that a healed chakra is a chakra which is shining bright, which doesn't have any blockages, which has its natural color, the color which pertains to its frequency, and it is also spinning. All right. So essentially chakra is a wheel, so a wheel has to spin. So there are many people, when they continue to do chakra meditations or they work with kundalinis, and kundalini, I think for twin flames, because our kundalini has already become active, so it is safe to do kundalini guided meditations, which are probably YouTube based. But otherwise, kundalini yoga can be very, very dangerous, because it can really take you out of the material world very, very fast. So just ensure that whatever meditations you find online are the meditations that are not dangerous, that are like well researched and well grounded and well balanced. Otherwise, just follow through on the chakra meditation that I will be sharing. and just see, if that works for you. So essentially, when all of your chakras are in this healthy state, and your wounds have automatically healed if your chakras are healthy, they both just go together hand in hand. This is when you are in a state of attracting harmonious union with your twin flame. Now, how do these work with regards to also your shadow side? Because remember, a lot of the blockages that you're carrying in your chakras are the blocks that you have in your shadow side. And do remember that what you don't like in your twin flame essentially is what you have to heal in you. So this is another indication for you to get around into pinpointing, the areas where you need healing. Basically, whatever you disapprove of in your twin, or you think, oh, my twin is too much like this, essentially you have to heal that within you. You have to bring that into balance. How chakras work also is that often, let us say if there is a sacral chakra, like just for instance, just for example, if it is very overactive in your twin flame, then maybe he is hypersexual or has a lot of casual relationships, or doesn't want to go very deep into intimacy or something like that, and has too many one night stands or something like that, that of course the divine feminine, when you are still in your energy of control, you would not like. But essentially, what ends up happening is that this is an indication that your sacral chakra somewhere is on the other side. It is probably repressed. Maybe you need to go deeper into your connection with your sexuality and sexual expression, and just healing, those parts of you. Maybe you have some trauma there from childhood or past lives, in fact. So this is, also how the shadow sides basically work with regards to our chakras. And do remember that chakras are also connected to the five elements. Each of the chakras is related to one of the elements. For instance, the root chakra is related to the earth element, and the sacral chakra is related to the water element. The solar plexus, of course, is with the fire. The heart chakra is with the air element, and so on. So essentially, if you balance your chakras, you're also somewhere doing elemental balancing within you. So in yoga, they say there are these five elements, and everything is basically a different, combination of all of these five elements. All right. This also has a very interesting relationship with regards to masculine and feminine energies. And essentially, when you have balanced and cleansed both masculine and feminine energies, it is only then that the collective energy can now flow into, the third nadi, or the third energy channel. This third energy channel is basically the channel which is flowing through the seven chakras. All right. So balancing your energies is also very, very important and key to activating your chakra. So all of these three things go together, and this is how it works. So many times the divine feminine energies have a distorted masculine and a distorted feminine energy within them. What that means is that most divine feminines, who are otherwise women and identify, with like feminine energies, can definitely also be men, and, in general identify with feminine energies. That's absolutely fine. But a lot of the times, I'm specifically speaking from my own experience, that as, a woman with more feminine energy in me, I I operated from, unhealed masculine energy all my life, where I was very much in my yang energy. I wanted to take action, I wanted to make things happen, and, I would be the one to initiate and all of that, right? This is what I had to heal, in my twin flame journey, and I had to somewhere give room to my feminine energy, which was about, receptivity, letting go, surrendering, allowing, and all of that. When I started to heal and, come into my feminine energy, which is a very automatic process for divine feminines, because also our upper chakras get activated on the journey first. So basically, you will see that your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown chakra, those three chakras are the ones, that get activated. So you have an intuition, you have clairaudience and telepathy and all of that, because, those three chakras are getting very, very active. So it's but automatic that you will shift into healing your feminine energy. Okay. Then what starts to happen after, you have healed your upper three chakras, your lower three chakras now start to get activated. Now in here, the lower three chakras are masculine energy chakras. So they are very well concerned, they are very much concerned with the world and the worldly nature of things. Now this is where you start to heal your inner masculine energy also. because you are a complete life. You have both energies, and your divine masculine is a representation or is a manifestation of your inner divine masculine energy. So this is where you go within and you start to look at your blocks, and hence you will start to see that this is where my divine masculine has been showing to me what blocks I have, where is it that he's very active but you're not very active. But those are your shadow sides. So once you start to balance your shadow side and you start to heal it and integrate it back into your soul, you become more complete. Now your masculine side is also balanced. All right, when you are in this energy, your divine masculine automatically then starts to balance out his energies. What that means is that if he was too materialistic, too like sexually into casual relationships, or too much into his own sense of self-expression or power and everything, he will also now start to balance it, because with him his lower three chakras come into focus first, and then his upper three chakras come into focus next. So when you start to balance out your lower three chakras, he starts to balance out his upper three chakras, aka his feminine energy. As you move into your masculine energy to heal your masculine energy, he moves into automatically the polar opposite energy, which is his feminine energy, to balance it out. Okay, so this is where he starts to now look at his truthful expression, which is represented by the throat chakra. His intuition starts to develop about the connection. Now he starts to recognize that, oh my god, this is a real connection. And he starts to open up to divine wisdom, as well as his crown chakra starts to open, and this is where he will cut out the karmic partners, simply because now he can understand who means well for him and who does not mean well for him, which is what the divine feminine is able to do very, very early on in the journey. Like, I remember just after getting initiated into my twin flame journey, all the karmic situations in my life started to go out of my life because my crown chakra was getting activated. Now this happens at a later stage to the divine masculine, so this is why their karmic situations tend to continue even after they have met us and all of that. But divine feminines, you need to work on your lower three chakras. Okay, this is where it is harder for you to work. It is very easy for you to balance out your upper three chakras, but when the turn comes for your lower three chakras, this is where you struggle. And this is where how I started this podcast video today is, I'm telling you that look at your divine masculine, identify how he operates in these three areas, and try to figure out what is your shadow side that he is showing to you, because it is very well going to be that if he is over expressing on these sides, you are under expressing. So balance it out, reclaim it, and start to express it in the most balanced way, the natural way, in which after you have healed these three aspects, they will start to show up. All right, so then when you start to do your masculine healing, he will shift automatically into his feminine healing. All right, and now what happens after you have considerably healed you know uh, your lower three chakras, and you have already naturally healed your upper three, and now he has considerably healed his upper three, and he has obviously naturally also in the beginning of the relationship itself started to heal the lower three. So what is going to happen now is that now is when you will come into union. Now is when the union happens in the heart chakra, the chakra that we've not spoken of so far in this podcast video, is the heart chakra. This is where both energies meet. This is where the masculine energy and the feminine energy meet. This is where they say you have that energetic cord between two twin flames. It is between your heart chakras, and this is so true. I tell you, during my separation after 6 months of a bubble phase love, a bubble phase part 2 of my twin flame journey, just a day before I was going to get separated from my twin, and I did not know that the next day will be the last time we will speak, for a considerable amount of time, and a long separation will follow at the time. A day before that, I developed an intense pain in my chest, and it was right in the center of my chest. And trust me, I did not know that is where my heart chakra was. I used to think heart chakra is a little down below, but this is where the heart chakra was what I realized many months later. But this pain I developed because somewhere my higher self, my soul, recognized that a separation is about to come, and my soul didn't like it. Okay, so the heart chakra was aching horribly. I thought I was probably having a terrible emergency medical condition. I even shared it with my divine masculine at the time, and he thought, he came up with some, reason which also was like just throwing darts in the air. Both of us couldn't figure out why I had this crazy pain right in the middle of my chest, because in hindsight I realized the separation was going to happen. So this is where you basically meet, both your energies come together powerfully in the heart chakra. And this, the work that I've explained to you, that yes, your upper three chakras get activated first, and your lower three chakras, and your heart chakra, it's all also happening in tandem. Whilst yes, the focus follows this sequence, but it can be that when you heal some very, very core wounds in your life, your heart chakra will start to heal automatically. So this is an excellent thing to happen. So for instance, after my upper three chakras had healed, and I was yet to start work on my lower three chakras, my heart chakra came into focus, because I had started to heal my mother wound. And trust me, it took me years to heal it. And finally, when I was able to heal it, of course, with the potency of the twin flame journey, everything becomes accessible and, possible for us to even heal those worst wounds that we are carrying. When I healed my mother wound, for like almost the next 2 to 3 days, my heart chakra was, having these sensations, like it was burning and then it was cooling, and there was a coolness, in my heart chakra for like 2 days straight away, because I had healed a very important wound. So now understand that after the upper three and the lower three have healed, and similarly for your divine masculine, the lower three and the upper three consecutively have healed correspondingly to, your healing. Now, when your heart chakra healing begins, now when you start to reconnect at the heart chakra level, if you have already done some healing work for your heart chakra with regards to self love is incredible to open your heart chakra, by the way. And you have been exploring those mother father wounds, and those painful situations from your childhood where you didn't feel loved and respected. It is going to become so much quicker for your journey now to reconnect again, because you've already been working on the major wounds. All right. So basically, I started out because I wanted to speak of how the divine masculine is your shadow side, how their behavior basically represents that side of you which is also present in you but you're not willing to look at. This is the shadow side. There's a whole concept in psychology. The psychologist Carl Jung, he spoke a lot about it. There are even concepts, wherein many psychologists basically speak of how, relationships, even regular relationships, work on the basis of, these shadow sides. How if you do not like something in somebody, you 100%, for instance, have it within you, but you have rejected that part of you. So when you see it in somebody else, you hate it because it's the rejected part of you. So all these concepts are very, very well researched and well founded. And it's incredible how your divine masculine, fits right into this entire game and is showing to you the paths that you have to heal. So again, if I have to tell you one important takeaway, I will tell you that it is difficult for the divine feminine to heal her masculine side. It is difficult for the divine masculine to heal her lower three chakras, because it's not her natural energy. Her natural energy is more in the, she's more comfortable in the feminine side. And before her awakening, she was operating in an unhealed masculine energy, simply because her feminine energy was very inactive and, not able to do anything. And the conditioning of the world is such that go there, do this, do that, take action, and, compete and all of that. So that is a challenge for you to heal your lower three chakras. All right. And similarly, your divine masculine finds it challenging to connect with his emotions. So now you will understand, why it is so difficult for him to express his feelings, because his throat chakra is blocked. Why can't he understand the karmic partners are bad people? Because his crown chakra is blocked. His discernment is very weak. His third eye is blocked. So only when you have healed, your lower three, will he then shift into healing his upper three. And this is where you will start to see that when you start making progress in your finances, your power increases and you become very focused on yourself and all of that. Basically, when you start operating, more in the healed masculine energy temporarily, as you're healing your lower three chakras, you will see that he breaks up with his karmic, because that activation happens for him in the upper chakras. He becomes more expressive, and he comes and speaks the truth. He becomes more honest. And after your complete healing in the heart chakra, then this is where the emotions also start to find a free balance of flow. Okay, it's no longer that you are overly emotional. Your emotional expression is also controlled. You're not pestering your divine masculine with messages and saying, can't you love me? Why don't you see this and that? Don't you see this connection? Don't you love me? You also just simmer down, and you now are tempered with regards to how you're behaving. And similarly, your divine masculine also appreciates your temperance, and is able to reciprocate it, because now his heart chakra is also open. So he's open to expressing his love, and also open to receiving your love. So your giving and receiving starts to balance. That's literally the last of these energies. So this is how the chakras are linked to masculine and feminine energies. This is how the shadow side operates on this journey. This is very crucial information. It's not usually shared, but I figured that I will share this with you. And if this was helpful, please do like and do subscribe to the channel for more such detailed information, which will help you to understand and basically decode your twin flame journey. It's a journey where it's all about a dance between the masculine and the feminine energies. It's also explained by physics. Quantum entanglement explains it. I will make a video on quantum entanglement and twin flames, and it's a very interesting concept. So all of this, like I mentioned, this is all very practical stuff. This is all very well researched in physics and psychology, and all of that. In spirituality, of course, it is very well established. So you can safely take this information to be correct and apply it to your situation as it works for you. Another thing I want to leave you with is that if you feel guided to book a one-on-one session with me to understand more about how you can work on your chakras, how you can do your healing, how you can heal that childhood trauma, those relationships with your parents, and come into self-love and out of the addictive energy that you're in with your divine masculine, I would be very happy to assist you. My email address is iamacompletelife@gmail.com. It will also be shown in your screen right now and will be in the description box. I can also give you some intuitive guidance in these sessions. And these sessions are very affordable. So do get in touch with me if you're guided to, and I'll see you in the next podcast video. Bye bye.